Have you watched the Angry Video Game Nerd movie? I have, and it's terrible. It was released in 2014 after being successfully crowdfunded on Indiegogo. You know, looking back on it, at least he actually made the movie. I'm looking at you, Spoonie, you thieving fuck. And listen, that's the highest praise I can give this film. You know, that it's completed and that James honored his fan base. Congrats, man, you made a movie. However, everything about it, every single thing screams incompetence. It's awful, it's bad, and it's terrible. And it's not so bad it's good. It's more like so bad it's painful, because this hurt to watch, like it caused physical pain. I struggled to watch every scene because it was so bad. If I paid money to see this, I'd walk out. There's dumb jokes, info dumps, superfluous scenes, horrible effects, needless side characters, and a lot of ego boosting for the nerd. I mean, we get it. Your fans are rabid, drooling schmucks that love you and everything you do. But can we please advance the plot? You know, of what little there actually is. Here's the plot. Everyone wants the nerd to review E.T. for the Atari 2600. However, because he's got PTSD or something, he just doesn't want to. Eventually in the movie, and I'm talking like 10 minutes later, seriously 10 minutes, he says he'll do it. But he just can't emulate it like a normal person would, because he doesn't have a modern computer for some reason. It's 2014 in this movie. So he promises to go to Area 51 in New Mexico to dig up the E.T. cartridges. He even says he'll play every single one. But they're the same game though. Once he makes it to Area 51, he finds himself in a giant, mangled mess of a plot where he needs to evade the military, the FBI, fight alongside E.T. himself, yeah, he's real by the way, and fight against an ancient death god of destruction. There's a lot of stupid in this movie. Honestly, I don't know what should be the plot for a YouTuber movie. I'm kind of scared to watch the Smosh movie or the Fred movie now because they just look like the same hot garbage. They all seem to tackle filmmaking in the same way, which like pisses me off. And it's hard for me to describe why they're bad, but I'll try my best. You know, these YouTuber movies are what I call criminally disingenuous. They try to put their character, who is this exaggerated persona, into a makeshift, fakey reality where there's just no rules. Everyone is insane. Barely anyone is grounded. And after a while, you just feel like you're watching a bunch of fake humans have fake conversations about fake bullshit, and you can't get invested in anything at all because it's all fake. It's all bullshit. It's a lot like iCarly, where you have these fake internet people. Like the whole show is based off of fake internet people. It's a lot like The Nerd, and they have their adventures in their version of the real world. But you see, the thing is this: outside of their stupid vlog channel, everyone in that universe is fucking insane. So you have these kids react to weird shit like being like locked in someone's basement and freaking out. But here's the thing, they don't freak out like a normal person would. If you're held prisoner in someone else's house, you'd be crying or breaking shit or just generally flipping the fuck out. Their reactions, they're just not normal. They react like this. Uh-oh, we're trapped. Oh no, let us out. That's basically this movie. Nothing is serious and everything is stupid. It's very much like a sitcom where everything is a joke and there can never be room for a real moment of character growth, nothing, because it's all stupid. No one has a real moment in this movie and goes, oh my God, shit has gotten out of control. Or, oh my God, I need to talk to you like a real person. And that's the approach they went with the AVGN movie. But it's not a sitcom. It's a fucking 2-hour movie. And seeing all these fake smiles and these fake interactions for 2 hours is so fucking bad. Like, let's take this really quick scene right here. You have a gun pointed at you and you just shrug it off and say, oh, you got your panties in a knot.
Didn't know that we were doing anything wrong.
Your hands on the vehicle.
All right, honey, don't get your panties in a wad.
Oh, I'm not wearing any panties.
After that, it's like all bets are off. they're never gonna have a real moment in this movie. Not once, not a single fucking time. Everything is meant to be stupid. And then you're gonna take a step back and say, okay, Wyatt, listen here. So what if everything is stupid? At least it can be fun. The nerd is awesome. He's in this movie, but he's not really. No, he isn't. He's not in this movie at all. He can't carry this sinking ship. The nerd is, by and large, the most boring fucking character in his own fucking movie. The character people came to see, he can't even cut loose in his own movie. He barely says fuck, and he barely gets any lines. People paid money, good money, to see the nerd be the nerd. However, in this movie, it's everyone around him that's meant to be interesting. But they're not interesting. They're annoying or insane or both. You've got like an angry GameStop owner pointing guns at him. You got rabid fans chanting his name in public like the real autists they are. You got people willing to be puked on. You got fucking robotic military leaders and aliens and comically bad CEOs and shit. It's all fucking terrible. And on top of that, you got Cooper. Fuck you, Cooper. Oh, let's talk about side characters. We got Mandy and Cooper. Mandy is just boo-boo kitty fuck from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. You know, she's the plain Jane hot chick that the nerd sorta kinda gets to fuck. And Cooper's a fucking sped. That's the nicest way to talk about this fucking guy. He acts socially awkward, he's got horrible reasonings, he's not funny, and he talks way too fucking much. I made a joke on Twitter about him having like a 15-to-1 line ratio to the nerd. For every one line that the nerd has, Cooper has 15. I didn't sign up for the Cooper and Nerd show. This is the angry video game nerd movie. Who the fuck is Cooper? I think this was the kid who gave up his entire college savings to be an actor in this movie, but he really contributes nothing. He's a Trayvon Martin reference.
Cooper! Get your ass in here! Didn't I tell you to get in for them street
Gotta go
lights,
fight.
Cooper? Where have you been? See?
He's a sidekick, but he's really meant to represent a super fan, and it's just fucking terrible. And what's worse is he's not even like an equal to James, so it doesn't even make it a buddy film. When I watched this, I couldn't help but think of like good movies, like Clerks, a movie that also had a low budget but was actually good. The reason that Clerks works and this angry video game nerd movie doesn't is because our characters in Clerks are fucking losers. They're normies who act normal. Now, they aren't 100% normal dudes, but they have a baseline set of believable characteristics that make us understand them. James is a lot like Dante Hicks from Clerks. He's an average dude with a backstory. He works as a cashier and his life is shit. The reason Clerks was so good is because they were relatable, understandable. You see, everyone hates their job, and everyone has a dumb story to tell. Dante also had a good foil in the form of Randall, who would shit talk him. It was a simple dynamic that two asshole friends would have. And again, it's relatable, understandable. You ever have that friend you can easily shit talk on a daily basis and it just goes back and forth, but you still have them around? That's real. This movie doesn't have that. Cooper doesn't do anything. I can't even tell if they're really friends. Their conversations are never about each other as a person and developing who the fuck they are, but it's always about advancing the shitty plot. Also, everyone is so polite, or at the very worst, passively aggressive with a smile. You have a scene where Cooper is talking about the Earth being flat. Hey, I would just cut you off right there. Santa Claus being real. Hey, seriously, dude? And how there's an intergalactic death god under Mount Fuji. At no point in this rambling of a clearly insane autistic man does the nerd or this bitch over here just say, Cooper, shut the fuck up. They just politely allow him to finish his speech about nonsense. It's weird. It's weird to have characters just sit here and listen to bullshit. Okay, now, am I really being mad that this movie isn't realistic? No. I get that this is a dumb movie for dumb people, but There's a theory in writing called suspension of disbelief. It's the idea that the audience has to suspend their way of thinking, right? And accept a certain threshold of bullshit to accept this fictional world. In layman's terms, how much nonsense can I put up with till I snap? Let's take a movie that's actually good, right? Falling Down, starring Michael Douglas, which in my opinion is the real AVGN movie. You've got this average, everyday, middle-class dude. You know, he goes on a criminal spree in this movie over the course of one day, by the way. He just goes around with a shotgun and rocket launcher, and seeing him go berserk on city streets and public places is clearly bullshit. This is not real, but in the confines of this universe, it's pretty believable. At no point in this movie of a guy just having a really bad day is the motherfucking robot Satan popping out of Earth, and you need to use like an interdimensional laser beam from a hijacked ship powered by farts to stop him. No, that doesn't happen. Michael Douglas gets stopped by a cop because that's believable. We don't need robot Satan being stopped by anti-laser fart beams. It's fucking stupid. So in this movie, how much are you supposed to suspend your disbelief? Fucking all of it. Just get fucking drunk or mad high, because this is some real garbage. Listen, no matter what I say, I'm the asshole. I'm gonna look like an asshole because it's like picking on the retarded kid in class when criticizing this movie. Everything about it is so absurd and terrible and just awful that you can hand wave it away and say it was intentional. But if everything you do is intentionally bad, does it make a good movie? No, it doesn't. It's just really bad. Now, I don't like doing play-by-play reviews because I said all that I needed to say, but let's have some fun and go over this film scene by scene so you don't have to watch it. I'm the Nostalgia Critic. I review it so you don't have to. And by the way, Doug, you're a fucking pussy. You reviewed the AVGN movie and hit it with kid gloves.
I hope this is good because so many people thrown money into it and James is so talented, but I'm thinking about the script and I was just like, man, I hope this pays off. And it really, really does, because the effects in this are very, how do I put it? They're very cleverly corny. When you see this giant monster running through Vegas and he's hitting this casino, he's playing his arm through a casino, you know it's a model and you know it's a guy in a suit. At least it's really a guy in the suit. At least it's really a guy who's there, and so when the impact happens, you feel the impact. This is why I say every film, even the bad ones, are something of a little miracle, really. You know, because they're just so difficult to put together and keep good. Yeah, just my thoughts initially. I think it's a good movie we're talking about, because like I said, I do kind of see it as the ultimate fan film. It feels complete for what it was supposed to be. And yeah, I think anyone who's gonna go see this film, you're gonna have a great time, even if you don't know who the nerd is. He does a pretty good job introducing you.
What do you think about that, nerd? So that's a yes?
Consider me Saint Noble Absinthe. Now, excuse me, I need a few more shots to watch this shit again. This was a fucking terrible idea. So the movie starts off with Mandy at Cockburn Incorporated. Yeah, no, seriously, that's the best name for a company. I totally see Frontline News. If you want a clickbaity name, Cockburn Incorporated. That's the way to go. She's pitching a new E.T. game that's actually worse than the first. For some reason, the people in that boardroom didn't immediately call bullshit, and just kick her ass out for being stupid. Her sales pitch was literally this: gamers think bad is the new good. And I feel like that can open up a very deep argument. And I think that's like a Reddit argument, because there are sectors in the gaming community that really do believe that dumb shit. It's a very small, misunderstood section of gaming. Not to mention, the game she's presenting looks like shit. Her trump card is that if she sucks off the nerd's dick enough and has him endorse the game, it'll make them millions. Okay, let's just set aside the fact that your ET game looks like an N64 game that was made in a week. You're not gonna make millions off an IP that is already dead and buried. It's a cheap Unity game. Like, millions? Could you make this a little bit believable? This is just stupid. Again, I'm taking the movie seriously. Okay, moving on. Let's just move on. It's gonna be in the next. This is gonna be on the cover of Game Informer magazine. Right about now, your typical movie watcher probably left their seat and went the fuck home. Didn't even bother arguing with a refund because there's only so much time in the day. Why did I pay $12 to see this shit? Why do we do a lot of things? Who donated to this? And why? Okay, let's seriously move on. Okay, then we get a pretty good introduction to the nerd, and we see cameos of the people who donated to him. And they even kept the cursing, which is good. I was actually pretty scared that we were gonna have an AVGN movie where he says frick instead of fuck. Like that would be a fucking stupid thing to say. So yeah, we get a very fake YouTube site, and this shit always struck me as weird. When filmmakers do this type of stuff, I'm always like, just go the full mile and deal with the lawsuit. Would Google like legit sue you if you included images of your own YouTube channel? We all know what you're talking about. Like it always reminds me of the Family Guy scene when they're like, they say Burger Queen instead of Burger King, or McDonald's instead of McDonald's, Whoopers instead of Whoppers. Give me a fucking break. YouTube is the premier video sharing platform. We know what site you were on. You were the dude of YouTube back in 2006. The fact that they changed it to You Pooed looks like he's sharing his reviews on a scat site. That's fucking disgusting. Oh my god, all in all, the intro is pretty solid. Like, it feels cheesy, but definitely paid dividends to the people who donated. And it even uses their crappy webcam footage. It's not like they filmed a bunch of fan reactions, quote unquote fan reactions, with the same camera that they used for the majority of the film. Unlike, a lot of those totally legit horror movies, I'm gonna put a few on the screen. These movies are terrible. They use the same camera quality for everything. It's so shitty. Okay, but after the intro, we find out that the nerd has a sidekick. Why does he have a sidekick? Why does he need one? Even the nerd can't really explain it. His name is Cooper, and he's just in the movie. Apparently James is trying to convert him, like a Mormon, into becoming a nerd. Why? Well, just because. You're fucking stupid for asking questions, Wyatt. Shut the fuck up and watch the movie. Okay, they drive to GameStop in their smart car, and let's just take a second to appreciate this. They drive a fucking smart car. That's a joke in and of itself, right? Like, these cars are anything but smart. They're smart. You get into a car crash with one of these fucking things, and you're fucking dead. They don't make a single joke about the smart car. It's just there. It's just there. And why am I focusing on this so much? Well, because they don't. Like, this is an easy joke right here. It's a smart car. Look at this fucking stupid thing. Anyway, they work at GameStop, which apparently sells Nintendos. This is like 2014. At this point, GameStop was phasing out PS2 because the PS4 was the new hot shit. Hey Camelot, were you guys selling Nintendos at your GameStop in 2014? I don't know, I didn't think so. What became more fun in this scene was seeing all the blurred out games they were selling. Like, they got like Naruto and Final Fantasy 13. They even got Gears of War. But let's get back into this thing for a second. Let's take a step fucking back. Like, I'm talking like a mile back. Why does the nerd work at GameStop? That doesn't make no sense. The nerd makes anywhere from like $54,000 to $861,000 annually. His career is YouTube. That was the whole point of him being on YouTube and being an inspiration. He makes money talking about bad video games. Why the fuck would he work at a commercial game store for minimum wage? He's not even like a manager. He's a fucking dude. He's a normal dude. So you make video game reviews with all of your camera equipment that you can't pay for with your minimum wage job because this is like expensive shit, right? Why do you work at GameStop? They couldn't even put him in like a manager position. He's just a dude. He doesn't even dress up. He doesn't put the GameStop shirt on. Doesn't have a name tag. He's just James Rolfe at a GameStop. Anyway, his manager, he's just fucking weird. He's like this rapist or cuck or something. Like, he's meant to be disgusting, and like he points a gun at James because he wants the new Call of Duty sold, and he also wants to wear a name tag. You're gonna wear the name tag. And James is like, I can't sell obviously bad games. It's my job to review games. Like, but dude, this is like your job. And your boss is like clearly insane. Just sell the fucking game. And I also love how this is like totally not a GameStop. Like, it's like they designed this place and modeled it after what people told them what a GameStop looks like. This looks like a Mr. Easy Deals or A to Z Gamer. Like, we have a bunch of game stores in upstate New York, right? And they look kind of like this. So this is totally not a GameStop. Like, if you've been in the GameStop in recent years, there are plush toys and fucking merch everywhere. And this place looks barren as fuck. Anyway, I was actually thinking that there could have been, you know, some interesting dialogue about retail game stores pushing their employees to sell bullshit. But there's nothing. It's just, sell this game, you fuck, and that's it. And I think it's because everyone already knows that, so they didn't want to push it that much, but you could have done more with it. In fact, this could be a whole fucking movie in and of itself. So if you want like insider information about how shitty GameStop is, I recommend Camelot 331's channel. That poor son of a bitch spent 11 years as a manager of GameStop. He's got horror stories for days. Anyway, this autistic fuck right here wants the nerd to review E.T., either the new one or the old one, no one cares. And eventually, all these other autists that were not in the game store a second ago just chant James' name. Review E.T., E.T., E.T. And we just gotta know how bad E.T. is. Come on, you pussy, review E.T. So, understandably, the nerd has a panic attack and just quits. He just bails out of work because apparently he can do that. The motherfucker makes $800,000 a year. So they drive in their smirk car where we see horrible green screen effects. And for the love of God, this movie uses a lot of green screen. And you'd think like in advance, right? If your movie had a lot of driving and you have to use a lot of green screen on it, that you would try your best to make it look good. If I was directing, I would just use like vlog footage from like a GoPro or an iPhone and make this feel like a legit adventure with James. Instead, we have this really Disney Channel Hollywood bullshit. Also, this Cooper kid has like 4G on his Dell Mac. Look at this terrible image of a landfill, James. There's E.T. buried in New Mexico. Nigga, why do you care? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So they go to a bar, right? Just because they can. And I was shocked. Cooper's 21? Like there's no way this fuck is 21. Anyway, this blonde bimbo over here wants her tits signed, and Cooper like cucks the nerd. So I already don't like Cooper because he doesn't need to be in this movie. But then he cucks the nerd. And then afterwards, he humps the table. If my friend decided to hump the table, if I went to a bar with my buddy and he like signed some girl's tits and then humped the table while looking at her, I would leave. I don't want to be associated with you. You're fucking weird. Because clearly, you're not old enough to be here. You're fucking weird. Seriously, he humps the fucking table. Anyway, Ms. Mandy Cumstain, that's her name, no bullshit, from Cockburn Incorporated, shows off the E.T. game on her Compact 2 laptop from 2003. What the fuck is this fossil of a laptop? Who the fuck owns this piece of shit? But anyway, she calls it a demo, but the nerd never actually like plays it. It's just a video. That's not what a demo is. A demo is where you actually like play the game. And even if he doesn't play the game, he pukes on her and like she gets off to it. Again, no bullshit. He just instant projectile vomit. It's total bullshit. So I have to ask, who wrote this scene? Did anyone proof it? How did this get filmed and shipped? No part of this is funny. It's just, here's this game I want to show you. She shows him the game. He pukes. That's the scene. It was just fucking awkward. And I think I see more people leaving the theater. Weird. How people can't stand really gross, dumb shit like this. Again, she gets off to it. Anyway, in the next scene, the nerd shows just how upset he is that a girl was in a bar. Remember, women aren't people. All right? Then he has a fever dream of playing E.T. He's falling down pits and he doesn't know what to do. Then he has like an Inception bullshit where he has a fever dream inside of another fever dream where he's fighting a E.T. cock demon. And then another fever dream inside of another fever dream about him being chased by zombies in his own theme park. A little bit of narcissism right there. I mean, at the end of it, if your best friend is the zombie that kills you, I think you need to like have a serious talk. I think you need to establish some boundaries. Clearly you have issues with this dude and you don't really know how to resolve them. I would just say keep your distance. Kick Cooper out of the movie. Something has to happen. Maybe Cooper can get hit by a car, right? And that can inspire the nerd to review E.T. You know, this is what Cooper would have wanted. I'm going to review E.T. This is for you, best buddy. But no, Cooper's alive. He's alive through the whole fucking movie. In fact, him and Cooper play this really shitty MMO. On Cooper's end, it's a cross between like wicked early World of Warcraft and even more wicked early RuneScape. And on James's end, it's fucking MapleStory. I thought that was kind of cute. So yeah, James is like, dude, let's review those ET carts because I'm having fever dreams inside of fever dreams. And then Cooper's like, I don't think you should anymore. It's dangerous. James calls him a fucking bitch. And then they both pack up in a new van that Mandy Cumstain got from Cockburn Incorporated. She was actually flattered being puked on earlier and saved all the vomit or what she could have in a mason jar. No, seriously. This film is for fucking degenerates. Like I said earlier, the nerd doesn't believe in emulation, so he needs to dig up a copy of E.T. It's fucking retarded. This is where the movie transitions from being just lightheartedly to medium level stupid to going way off the fucking edge. This goes full force sped on us really fast. The military comes in and they want to kill them because they got so much tech in the back of their van, even though it's a bunch of fucking video games. And even after being investigated by Private Penniless, the military still wants to kill him for some reason. So we commence a chase scene that is fucking terrible. Like, where the fuck are they? I thought they were like in New Mexico, but it looks like they're in the goddamn Italy. What the fuck is going on? So they narrowly escape, and we get like an explosion somehow. It's all really stupid. I'm getting tired. Movie theater's fucking empty. Am I talking to anyone anymore? I think everyone went home. There's no one in the theater. I'm all by myself. Oh, I forgot to mention, Cooper believes Santa Claus is real. He's a flat earther, and he is the one to establish that an alien death god under Mount Fuji exists. I referenced this earlier about how stupid this scene is, but I really have to hammer it home. Both the nerd and Mandy Cumstain just listen to this autistic retard talk about dumb shit. It's not funny. And in this universe, he's serious. No one just slaps him upside the head. He talks for a full, uninterrupted 5 fucking minutes about meaningless, stupid garbage. No one objects. No one laughs it off. They are invested in this dumb motherfucker and what he is saying. Someone just leave him here. He needs to dry out. Let's just go home. Like, I have had enough of this adventure. We should have just shot an AVGN documentary, grab a few Rollin' Rock beers, and talk about movies. That sounds a lot nicer than the bullshit we are seeing. So whatever, they find like the maker of E.T. who has like a machine gun. He tells them like, oh, it took us like 5 weeks to push out the game, and they all go into like a fridge for some reason to have an orgy. And yeah, it's like 20 fucking minutes to establish that E.T. is more than just a video game. It's like a key card to alien doors, that E.T. is real, Death God is real, fuck you, Cooper, and that the military wants them dead because of like national security. I don't know. It's like, I don't even have a chair anymore. The chairs are fucking leaving at this point. Anyway, after about a few more minutes, if you close your eyes, there's like some really good fake sex between the nerd and Mandy Cumstain.
Oh my god, it's so hard.
Oh, shit. Faster. Come on, faster. Faster. Yeah, faster. You gotta take it easy on me, okay?
You can thank me later, but that's all there is in the film. That's like the best part. Anyway, she gets like captured or makeshift captured by the military, and now it's like public knowledge that the nerd is going to be at the ET site. So we have some familiar faces come along to the restricted area that the military should totally have more guarded by this point. We've got Mike Matei, who is James's co-host at Cinemassacre, and we have Kyle, guitar guy Justin, who plays the AVGN intro. These guys should be in the movie. Why aren't they in this movie more? It would have been a really good movie, you know, having Mike and James investigate bullshit, like investigate ET, and then Kyle just hanging around and playing fucking songs until, you know, one of them says, Kyle, shut the fuck up. It would have been way better as a buddy movie. I don't know. It feels like a little bit of tweaking would have made this into something passable, but it's just garbage. And at the halfway point, look at this low-key shade. I found Spoonie. Look at him not make that movie. Hey, there he is. Hey, Spoonie, how's it going? How's $400 on Patreon, you fuck? Seriously, we are at the halfway point for this movie. And it's kind of a weird feeling. Like when you actually watch this movie, it's like passing a kidney stone. Like it hurts so bad and it felt like it took forever. But if you look back on it, it's only been like a short time. Anyway, General Fuckwit decides to go on youtube.com or youpoo.com to see who the nerd actually is. And he likes his crude humor.
He's funny. I like him.
Sir. And there's his friend. They call him the super rad video game dude.
And he hates Cooper.
Have you ever taken a really long dump and then you sit on the toilet going, God dang, what did I eat? That's the feeling that you get after playing this game. This is super rad video game dude.
Not so much. He sucks.
Because he's a fake piece of shit. Oh man, now you got me all confused. I like the antagonist and the antagonist is stupid, but he's being real. Cooper is a fake friend. He's a fake piece of shit. Anyway, some more crap happens. We gotta start getting through this movie already. Like the creator of ET says that, oh, there's treasure for those who dig up the game, but there's no treasure. And Cooper being beta saying that, oh, it's so dangerous to go in restricted area. So let's dress you up as a fucking alien for some reason. Oh God, I kind of lost my ability to care anymore, quite frankly. The chair I was sitting in, like I said, it got sentient and walked away from me. It's gone. I'm sitting on the fucking floor watching this movie. So we find out that the ET game is like reality. The nerd gets captured by the military. But then like ET, like the actual fucking alien comes in and frees him. And it's revealed that Michael Jackson is actually alive and that the moon landing is fake. Why do they do this in the movie? No one knows. No one cares. And there's killer robots too for some reason. They escape and then E.T. drops the bombshell of all bombshells. You ready for this? Is your anus prepared for what he's about to tell you? The fucking magical wisdom he's about to spit in your face? Hack a loogie for this one. Life is a game he created, and his father will flip the flat earth table if he finds out humans are warmongers. It's the truth. Humanity is the game. Someone kill me. So Megazord Darth Makushuman is destroying shit, and our unlikely heroes need to save the universe. And the answer to defeating this ultimate threat is giving him the internet. Yes, seriously, the amount of bullshit on the internet will keep him distracted from destroying the universe. Then the nerd reviews E.T., and it's a solid review at the credits, and it's fucking over. Holy shit, a lot of people worked on this fucking movie. It's over, okay? It's over. Holy shit. A lot of people worked on this fucking movie. I'm sorry I'm getting a little nihilistic, because this fucking movie was so long. I'm being serious when I say that the nerd reviews E.T. on the credit sequence, and it's like actually decent. Like, it's actually an okay review. He says that the game isn't so bad. I mean, come on, what did you fucking expect? But this movie hurt. This movie hurt to review because it blew. It blew so much ass. There's just a lot of wrong with this movie, and hopefully you appreciate the pain I had to go through watching this piece of fucking shit. I know there's people out there that's like, oh, you like it for what it is and not for what it isn't. But here's the thing, what it is a piece of shit. It's just shitty. It's just shitty. Honestly, how could you fix this shitty garbage pile? Well, like I said earlier, remove these fucking side characters. Have the nerd be the nerd. Have him review games. Have us see the process and possibly the struggle of staying relevant in the day and age of new content creators. Like that motherfucker just hit 3 million subs like a couple days ago. How about, I don't know, the other ideas for this movie? How about we make it about his desire to branch out and make a film? You know, get all introspective in this shit. Make it a movie about making a movie, you know, similar to Synecdoche, New York. That's a fucking, like, Emmy movie right there. Or you can make it like Tron or some shit. Have him be stuck inside the video games he's badmouth. Have some words from the creators and have it open up that discussion about how game development is hard, but it's not an excuse for bad products because it's hard. You know, this movie was just bad. What the nerd made was a movie about Godzilla and sex jokes and pandering to rabid fans. It's just a waste of time, money, and just, it's awful. And hopefully you can see where I'm going to review this. You know, like when I trash something into oblivion, you should get the idea of where it stands numerically. Like this is a fucking big ass stinker. On a scale of 0 to 10, it's a 0. And if I'm being generous, it's a 1. It's got some okay camera work, but the movie is just a fucking mess. Nothing makes sense. Everything is fake. There's no good performances across the board. It's all cheesy as hell, and it's just fucking annoying. It's hard to describe how something is annoying, but it just is. It's just annoying. Every scene, you feel like you have to hold your breath because every single word these characters spout is just stupid fucking nonsense. And I've spoiled it for myself. The Smosh and Fred movies, they're fucking worse. Holy shit. Anyway, thank you for suffering through this with me. If you have a recommendation on whatever else you want me to review, please feel free to tweet at Noble Absinthe or email me. I have it down in the description below, or comment on this video of what you want me to review. I read every single comment, so feel free to shit talk me. Listen, after all this crap, just have a nice day. I'm going to get myself Rolling Rock.